It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Spurs come into town. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very...
Guys, Joel Embiid is...
He is tremendous size and skill to match, GA. Thanks. You know, Bill, when you look at the players the Sixers have put together, they should be a perennial contender, it would seem, on paper for years to come.
But that's the thing about the NBA. You never know. Yeah. We've seen a lot of these teams that looked like they were the next potential dynasty, and within 2 years, they've made a trade. Somebody got hurt. I mean, you talk about the 80s Rockets. You talk about the Magic in the 90s. They made the finals. Within 14 months, that whole team is gone. The OKC Thunder, 2012, Game 5, Miami. I took a picture of KD and Harden and Westbrook with their arms around each other. They never played together again. So I think the thing you learn over and over again with basketball, even Derrick Rose and the Bulls, every time you think there's the next young team that's coming, they still have to actually do it, and sometimes they don't.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for San Antonio, AI is out there with Murray. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Medu in at the 4 slot. Here's Smith. The second chance effort. No good there. Murray with the defensive effort. AI passes to Aldridge. Good D by Embiid.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. The 76ers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade in those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better, and their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. Huge. It all started with the decision in LeBron James and has carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
AI passes to Aldridge, and the shot is good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Stolen by AI. And here we go. AI heading to the hoop, and the jam by AI.
Gotta protect the ball. AI with good anticipation, good hands, jump starts the fast break.
The 76ers trail by 9. Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, you mentioned the interaction between players and social media and how that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now. And I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation, LeBron, Wade, Chris Bosh, some of those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how, Paul Pierce, who knew how to handle their business. Now these new guys come in, they're 19, 20 years old, and they act like they're 30. I'm sure you see it at the games.
Shocking.
Whereas in the 90s, it was a free-for-all. You had these guys who, if you gave them a live mic, you were terrified. And now these guys are 19 years old, giving, like, you know, long interviews to reporters. It's like, how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's
impressive.
Already good at being a bad interview.
He's
like he doesn't say anything. He knows how to dodge any question. It's like, you're 19. How do you know how to do this?
Unbelievable. And it's Aldridge on the follow.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Stolen by AI. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
A moment here to see the numbers for AI. His last 10 games have been exceptional, averaging 25 points per and 12 assists. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
He feeds it to Aldridge. And good coming on the assist by AI. AI's got 3 assists now in this one. There's 49 seconds left here in the first quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That is his first foul of the game. On the 76ers making a change here. Davis is checked in. Bertanis, he's checked in for the Spurs. Walker comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Now here's Payton. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The pass to Laverne. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
The length and anticipation of Aldridge, a tough combo to score against.
That pushes it to double digits.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Here's Payton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. He kicks it to Butler. Got it up. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's San Antonio holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get... Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court as well, possesses a unique individuality.
I worked extremely hard to get where I am today, so whenever you walk to my house, you see a really big, some may call it obnoxious, boombox aquarium, but I love music.
A boombox? The 76ers with a completely new group now. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Medu, he's checked in for Aldridge. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Walker. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Derek White. And AI subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Here's AI, lays it in without an inch of room around him. AI's got 10 points.
High percentage look for AI, very confident converting in the painted area.
Bill, what a pleasure to have you with us. Great as always to hear your thoughts, your commentary. I hope you join us again soon.
I'd love it. Anytime, Kevin. Tell me.
Thank you. And Smitty, so great to have Bill with us, a guy who's ahead of the curve creatively.
Kevin, he was a pioneer in blogging, Emmy nominated for his work on documentaries. The guy never stops thinking of new ways to produce content.
Embiid is out there with Mozgov. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then it's Smith. And it's Harris in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. There's 38 seconds left here in the second. Here's Embiid. No good on the shot. And the Spurs going the other way now. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
Well, sometimes the away game brings guys together. It's you versus the world in that situation.
No good from Simmons.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
The Spurs have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Here's Mozgov. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 5 assists tonight.
And the towering presence of Mozgov, most effective doing damage inside.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at AI. In this game, he has been everywhere.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
And that really tests the defense. It's hard to take the right angle on him to contest the shot.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. We've got DeRozan, Aldridge out there with Medu. Then there's Murray. And it's AI in at the two-guard spot. And Embiid drops them both. A lot of statistics to try to devour. The plus-minus statistics are some that really stand out for fans and players. How useful you think a tool that is?
You know, I love it, Kevin, because then you get a chance to see the guys who, you know, the stats we look at is rebounds, points, assists, and blocks and steals. There are some guys that make an impact without having those numbers, and it goes by what the score is. And that plus-minus help those guys who I would say not as skillful as some of the guys as far as putting up stats that way, but you can see the team plays better when this guy is on the floor, no matter how many points he scores.
Did you pay attention to the plus-minus?
Kevin, I'm so old, they didn't have plus-minus.
I didn't mean to embarrass you there, Steve. I am so sorry. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Mavericks was phenomenal. He ended up with 19 points and ran the team as always with a big number of assists. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Great, David. Appreciate it. Well, he set the bar pretty high for himself with that performance.
He did. I mean, but we know he's going to try to raise that bar again tonight. No matter how good he is, he's always thinking he can do better.
It's going to be tough. I'm sure their entire defensive game plan is centered around how to stop him. They're going to be all over him.
And the layup falls. AI's got 7 points for the quarter.
That's all confidence right there. He knows he's in a groove, and they've got this team on its heels.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Laverne, he's checked in for Embiid. Damari Carroll comes in for Harris. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Smith. And San Antonio with the change here, too. White, he's checked in for Murray.
Terrible beginning to the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Out to AI. Pass to Medu. Basket is good. The assist from AI. AI's got 6 assists now in the game. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Knocks it loose. Stolen by AI. Up the floor. Here's DeRozan. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
That's his bread and butter. DeRozan has made a living with the mid-range jumper.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. He gets it in there. Simmons got his first bucket of the night.
And what skill from Simmons. A total genius at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
AI in the post, covered by Payton. And the jam by AI.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
Something went on in that locker room. They've come out aggressive, but also extremely focused.
To the paint, and stolen by White. And DeRozan kicks to AI. Pass to White. AI outside. And a jam by AI.
Well, the pace, the big plays they're making, this is a statement run right here.
Hard to remember the last time they've missed. These guys are having fun right now.
Passes it to Laverne. He dishes it to Butler. And it's off from three-point range.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
The feed to Payton. The rebound by Medu. Medu's got 5 rebounds tonight. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Well, that's awareness. That's vision. AI knows when to shoot and when to give up the rock.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Payton. He's guarded by AI. Butler finds Carroll. Now Laverne. 6 on the shot clock. Simmons against White. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
Aldridge's shot is good.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
And Simmons kicks to Butler. Floats one. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists here tonight.
He's added that floater to his game. It's hard to stop him if he keeps knocking that one down.
AI has been leading the charge for the San Antonio Spurs. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline.
Both teams changing it up here. Tobias Harris is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Smith, then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Simmons in at point guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And that's another one. In rhythm all night, AI has been impossible to contain.
And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
It's AI on the wing. Guarded by Simmons. Here's AI. Buries it down low. AI's got 15 points here in the second half.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
And to do it in the 4th quarter, you're trying to extend the lead. He's making that happen.
When we look, Steve, at big stats like double-doubles, triple-doubles, are we becoming too enamored with that versus how it might affect winning?
No, I think we're always going to have those double-doubles and triple-doubles. I just think right now when you look at it, so many more possessions in games. That's why we're having guys average a triple-double or having more double-doubles. But he also gives those guys credit. The game and those players, they're just better right now, and they're more equipped to be versatile. But I do think we still got to keep the emphasis on winning. When a guy can get a triple-double in wins versus in losses or double-doubles or any kind of stats, I think that should be a category of his own. An uncontested look for mid-range. He typically drains that one.
Well, they're passing to Simmons. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
What precision and focus from Simmons, just feeling no one can guard him down on the block.
AI outside. tees it up off the glass. AI's got 27.
Man, he's been on point, not forcing things, getting the most of his looks within the flow.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Ed Davis is checked in for Tobias Harris. Damari Carroll comes in for Butler, and it's Peyton in for Simmons. San Antonio also making some changes. Medu, he's checked in for Aldridge. Bryn Forbes comes in for Marco Bellinelli, and it's Mills in for Walker.
Not fooling around. When AI gets to the rim, he closes the deal.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And reaching an impressive milestone on the year, this will be win number 60. And guys, they have played so well this season. I think pretty much any given night, they've come in with that swagger and attitude, and they've really backed it up.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-gamer.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for AI.
You know, coming into tonight, hard to say if his intention was to take over the way he did, but as the game evolved, it became clear that he was the alpha dog on the offensive end.
And Embiid with the block. Peyton drives in, dishes it to Embiid. Yep, it counts.
And this run may make the score look a little more acceptable, but still a loss.
They could never put it together when it mattered. Just let too many opportunities slip through their fingers.
Here's AI. And Davis pulls it down.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
Well, here's the thing. AI has a great feel for how he's being defended. Very difficult to stop him without fouling.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for AI. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. DeMar, coming off of this long layoff, you guys come.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.